You haven't changed any of the fundamentals, have you, listener? All right. Yes, thank you very much.
Very well.
Right.
Enjoy it and then listen to it.
I started life as right down the bottom as an auxiliary nurse, and I have to say that was fantastic because it means that I got from grassroots and I could see everything that perhaps I felt, that's not quite good, that's not quite good. So when I came to Colchester, I then retrained and I went in to qualify as an SRN and worked at Colchester Hospital in the day unit, doing day surgeries and procedures for some 12, 14 years. I then retrained for another 5 years to do what I did for the last 26, which was musculoskeletal specialist, helping some 3,000 patients in the end I had in my books. And I worked on the premise that it's far better to find the cause than treat the symptom. And that was my effort for basis of my book, is to try and educate people what caused their problems so it didn't reoccur. And hopefully within those 26 years I did plant a little seed somewhere in there. There are quite a few of my patients around. I'm not going to name you, don't worry. I'm not even going to look, that's fine. I can't see you anyway. But yeah, so I just wanted to say again, thank you so much, and just have an open mind. That's all I'm saying. I hope that seeing that has brought a small insight as to the sort of habits that we all have and do on a daily basis. And those small habits can and should be changed if we're to break that cycle. I know that my forefathers and my parents were particularly bad of health, and hopefully I've now dispelled that in my generation and for my daughter, etc., because I want to break that cycle. I don't want these aches and pains that we all have to continue on. It's not a good thing. But it was, to quote the Dutch philosopher, prevention is better than a cure. Okay, it is so easy, and so what we need to do is work together. Now, it was the research that I did that shows that children who are around about 8 years of age are at the age where they can understand and reason very highly. And if we can teach these children, and the educators teach these children, so that they become their role models, the new ways and the new habits, then they have a chance of growing up without these aches and pains that we suffer with now, because it's all about how you do stuff. In my book it keeps reiterating all the way through, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You can do anything, and I mean heavy working and that sort of stuff, that's fine, but it's how you do it. And if you do it on a repetitive basis when it's bad, you're going to end up with problems, and that's 100% certainty. But my screening here was all about the physiological side. But our body is actually made up of 3 things. That's the emotional and the mental side of things, the psychological things, and the physiological things. We are the sum of the whole, and we need to address those. And I've brought a lot of people here from various different professions, and some from the caring, some from education, and some people who are hopefully being able to push us in the right direction and be able to open doors for us so that we can go through them. And they have the knowledge and the wherewithal. And that's what we're asking today, that we all join together. I can't do this on my own. I'm just a very small pebble in a pond. makes nothing. But if we all unite, all of us, from all of the walks, if we unite, we can become a big rock and make a hell of a splash in that pond. And the ripple effect is what I'm after, so that it'll start. Let's make this area here of Colchester the start, and wherever you come from, we can move it, we can expand it, we can make sure those ripples reach right to the end of the United Kingdom in all 4 ways. I'm asking this because I know that together we can actually help the children of tomorrow become a happier, healthier quality of life for them. I'm hopeful that you're going to help. Thank you. Has anybody got any questions that they'd like to ask?
So a lifetime of sitting slouched in the couch, because the couch isn't 90 degrees anywhere. How would you suggest I deal with that?
Okay, rather than go out to DFDS or one of these other things to buy a new couch, or even worse, get hold of one of these ones that helps you to get up, making you even lazier. So yeah, I would say use a pillow to get at the back, and there's those slider things that you can go underneath your seat of the couch that actually make it a little bit firmer, and that would be ideal so that you can do that. Better still, do the same as I've just done. Get a nice little cottage suite which makes you sit really nice, and they're so comfy. They are honestly very comfy. So yeah, and try and do the things that it says in the book to protect that spine, so that you don't get any further damage. That's the most important thing. By adopting it now, it doesn't matter what age you are. As the lady Jenny in there showed, 80-something years old, bless her heart, and she was walking with a stick, not able to come here and use the lift, but now she's walking the stairs. She's incredible, and she was only doing it for 6 months because the book's only been out since last October. So she's improved. So there's no excuses to say that you can't, whatever life, it's not that, I can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can. It's very good for the brain.
Do you have any experience treating people with osteoporosis?
Yes, I do. Obviously, with osteoporosis, you can't actually manipulate very well. I mean, it depends on the degree of osteoporosis. But certainly, you can massage the muscles to improve the circulation as well as the blood flow, and also to get them to do gentle stretches. It's most important that everything, even when you're doing neck exercises, as you will know, to do them gently and never just go beyond the point of pain. It's not like weightlifters always do, and they just go to the point of pain. No, pain is there to tell you something's wrong. So just stop, do what you can, and build up to it. Rome wasn't built in a day, so just take it slow by slow, and you can do that with osteoporosis.
Thank you. Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
Just was interested in if you've tried to quantify the impact of what your education program is trying to achieve with young people and children, because the NHS and decision makers and policy makers are interested in quantifying what are you going to save from the public purse in 10 to 15 years to 20, and have you done any work to try to demonstrate that in trying to quantify that in some way?
Yeah, it's as we knew in the film, there was so many million that's going to there, but I do know from how much, say, a hip replacement costs, and that the statistics said that 72% of all people over the age of 65 in the United Kingdom will have some form of hip, knee or pelvis surgery. That's very expensive, okay? it's not just the surgery, it's what leads up to it. So you've got the GP visits because of pain, the medication because of pain, the medication to help the other medication that's caused, and that's what happens. And then it's a referral to physiotherapy, and then it's a referral to a consultant, and then it's investigations, which are very expensive. And then finally, if all hasn't been resolved, it's the surgery. Okay? And then it doesn't stop then, because then you've got physiotherapy. Okay? But let's take it back. All this time, that person has been in considerable pain, getting worse and worse and worse. Now, if we could stop that happening here, we wouldn't have all that. And just think how many lives could be more saved and how much research could go on to the people that need it. We need to take responsibility for ourselves. We really do. We have one body. If we were, as it says in the book, if we were given one car when we were born, and we were told that is the top of the range, Rolls Royce, whatever your choice of car is, Lamborghini, who knows? But, and there's a big but, it's the only car you're ever going to get. How well would you treat that car? You'd make sure it was polished, it was garaged, it was serviced, it was treated with respect, because that's the only car you're ever going to get. We've only got one body. How many of us treat it well?
And just building on that gentleman's comment, because I think it's quite a good one, try and actually find a quantifiable measure that you can measure prevention or educational and cultural shift, especially in the NHS. I mean, I work in the NHS and it's something I battle with constantly. I lead a lot of work on preventing deconditioning in hospital. Such a simple thing to think about it, but the complexities or trying to evaluate that complex healthcare system is really difficult to say the least. Yeah. But you're right, and the gentleman here is right, the preventative elements are brilliant. So I'm very interested in trying to understand what those measures could be. Yeah. But just a little bit of insight when trying to lead some of this work, even in hospital, as a making every contact count for the patients that are coming in. The issue we have is the curriculums as well. For example, me as an AHP, it's fine, it's our bread and butter. I'm there to promote motion in every way, walk of life. But for our wonderful doctors, wonderful nurses, it's not actually at all included in their curriculum. So even if you do have that appointment with the patient that you could suggest, well, actually try increase your activity levels, etc., doing this, that it's not there. So there's such a big, wider issue here at play that makes it more complicated. But I would just like to offer as well that I would love to be able to get into schools myself, primary, secondary school, and teach and practice this.
It's got to be opened. It's why we've got to have it open to all of us.
Yeah, but like
we
the
have
gentleman
to work
said,
together.
it's got to be, the thing is our policy makers, our commissioners, it needs to be measurable. That's
Absolutely. This is something that I want to talk about to you, all of you, if you've got any ways, means, and that sort of thing. I only know what I know. Okay, I've been doing it 26 years. I can't know everything, and this is why I've got people here who can help to help that happen, and I need to make it happen. It's kind of my legacy. I need to do it, and so that's why I want everybody to be involved, all the services, because together we can make a unity. We can get the help we need because we'll be a unity. I hope you will take a little bit from there, and I look forward to chatting with you in the bar. Please go and have a drink and eat the food, because otherwise I couldn't take it. Please. So thank you so much, and a just big hand for the team who've been absolutely amazing. It's the coach, the